Coming up right now on Kentuckiana's 5 o'clock newscast, the push is on to change our health coverage. Louisville gets a White House cabinet visit and the green light to move quickly on health care reform. Plus, new information on the tragic weekend fire that left 4 dead. An area school system looks at keeping its doors open year-round. Is it necessary?
Coffee lovers, stay tuned. On Job File, we'll show you one of the best brews in town, and it's made here in Kentuckiana.
Plus, buried treasures in downtown Louisville are honored today. We'll take you back to 1905. Plus, the fall forecast from Chuck Taylor. The 5 o'clock news is up right now.
This is Kentuckiana's 24-hour news channel, WHAS 11. Live at 5 from the leader in television news, Gene West, Julie Koenig with the Job File, and Chuck Taylor. This is Kentuckiana's news channel, WHAS 11.
She's part of the president's nationwide push to promote his health care reforms. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Donna Shalala comes to town and tours a local clinic, a platform for her to get the word out on the president's plans. Good evening. Our top story tonight on the 5 o'clock news, the president's health care reform push comes to Louisville in the voice of his Health and Human Services Secretary.
Very few times in our history do we get leaders that are prepared to take giant steps. And I hope you had the feeling the other night that I did, that we have a president now that is prepared to take a giant step.
Donna Shalala spoke at a Families at Risk conference at the Galt House. That's what she initially came to town to do, but she got a chance to tout her boss's health care reform at a local clinic that she toured. And our Donna Lacey was there when Shalala, along with Governor Jones, visited the Family Health Center in Portland. I would imagine that she had a lot to say about the president's reforms. Donna?
You better believe she did. As Secretary of Health and Human Services, Shalala is the lead spokesperson for the president's reforms, and the visit to the Portland clinic was orchestrated to give her a chance to talk about health care.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Shalala took a tour of the Family Health Center at Portland amid a flurry of media and state officials. She talked with staff just to get a quick feel for the clinic she says reflects the goals of Clinton's reforms. The health center focuses on primary care. Later with Governor Jones at a news conference, Shalala told Jones Clinton's reform should not stop Kentucky from coming up with its own health care reforms.
Plenty of money, Governor. It's a matter of having it reorganized and organized in the right way. And for states, as I indicated to the governor, that get in first, because we're going to, of course, phase in the plan, and those states that are ready are going to benefit by getting coverage for all of the people in the state, which I think.
Now, Shalala said a whole lot more about health care reform and what it's going to take to pass it. Tonight at 6, we'll tell you why Shalala says she's not expecting a battle to get this health care reform passed. Jean?
All right, thanks. Donna Lacey reporting live for us. Could a quicker call to 911 have made a difference in a weekend fire? The fire in Louisville's Lake Dreamland neighborhood killed 4 people, including 2 youngsters, ages 6 and 9. They died trapped inside this burning home. 3 were from the same family. 6-year-old Lynn Watson, along with her older brothers, 9-year-old William and 19-year-old Todd, died along with Todd's friend, 19-year-old Patricia Porter. The 911 call came in at a 4:11 Sunday morning, but Lake Dreamland Fire Colonel John Wilkinson says from talking to witnesses, the house had been burning for as long as 20 minutes.
Why? Why didn't somebody, all the people standing out there hollering at you when you're pulling up, you know, why didn't somebody just say, has anybody called you all yet, dial 911, has anybody called the fire department yet? But nobody thinks of that.
If you would like to help the family with funeral expenses or rebuilding their home, you can drop off a donation to the Watson Relief Fund at any Cumberland Bank branch. If you were watching the Oprah Winfrey Show today, you may have caught a glimpse of me. The news channel was there to do a special report on Oprah that will air in November. But you also saw how easy it is for sex offenders to abduct women and children. So today in Frankfort, the Kentucky State Police unveiled a new reporting and investigating effort to track down child sexual abusers.
We have traditionally had difficulty finding out any type of information on sexual offenders. We have no way to track them. The sexual offender file will not only include the convictions, but also people who are suspected or people who have been alleged abusers in the past.
The number of reported child sex abuse cases in Kentucky is up more than 2,000 since 1985. State police hope this tracking system will cut down the number of cases. President Clinton is trying to cut down on the number of nuclear weapons in the world. This morning, he made his first address to the United Nations General Assembly. Mr. Clinton was aiming his comments at China because the U.S. believes China is about to break the ban on nuclear weapons testing.
One of our most urgent priorities must be attacking the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, whether they are nuclear, chemical, or biological, and the ballistic missiles that can rain them down on populations hundreds of miles away.
Security was tight as the president arrived at the United Nations building. Extra barricades and police officers lined the entrance to the building in case of any threats against the president. Florida leaders are concerned about the threat to tourists after another was murdered overnight in Miami. This was the car the man from New York City was riding in when he was shot to death by the driver of another car. Investigators are trying to determine if the shooting was a random act. The 40-year-old man is the third tourist to be murdered on Florida highways in just a month. A man from Jeffersonville pleaded not guilty this afternoon in arraignment court to murder charges. This is John Loran. Over the weekend, he confessed to the murder when he was confronted during a routine traffic stop. Loran directed police to the body of a North Vernon, Indiana man near the Ohio River. He'd been shot several times in the head. Loran also told investigators he murdered 2 other people, but he has yet to give details. Today, Loran's sister talked to the news channel about her brother.
I don't know. I don't know if he did it or not. All I know is, you know, he's my brother. I love him. I want to help him. The whole family wants to help him. And our hearts go out to the man's family.
He was out of prison on parole after being convicted of writing a threatening letter to President Bush. Meanwhile, former House Speaker Don Blanford is now serving time. These pictures were taken when he was sentenced in July for taking bribes from a horse racing lobbyist. He was sentenced to more than 5 years in prison. The former Western Kentucky lawmaker is imprisoned at the Federal Correctional Institution in Ashland. In Oldham County, parents and teachers will get a chance tonight to learn what year-round schooling is all about.
How were those things alike, and how were those things different?
A majority of the schools in the district are overcrowded, and just a few months ago, voters rejected a property tax increase to pay for more classroom space. So now the district is considering year-round schooling. Parents who like the idea say students forget too much during traditional summer vacations.
Lost over the summer, and I think it'd be a much better program, especially for students at risk.
In a year-round school, students wouldn't go to school more days, just in shifts, 9 weeks on, 3 weeks off, for instance. This is only one possibility the district is considering to alleviate overcrowding. An informational meeting is set for 7 tonight at Oldham County Middle School. It's 6 days and counting until the big implosion of the Belknap building in Louisville, and already the old warehouse is taking on the Hollywood look. Take a look at what they're painting on the side of the 90-year-old building. MTV is promoting its implosion party with a countdown notice. That sign will come down quickly, though 7 seconds, as a matter of fact. The building is imploded this Sunday. The city hasn't released a time yet for safety reasons, but we'll know it before Sunday, so you'll know when to watch our live coverage. And another twist late today to the Belknap story, a time capsule was discovered embedded in the building. In a few minutes at 5:30, Doug Prophet is going to give you an in-depth look at what they found inside. All right, Chuck Taylor joins us now for a first look at the weather and a first really fall day.
That's right. It's chilly out there now, and it's going to be downright cold tonight. We're looking for temperatures down into the 40s later on. The overnight low around 46 degrees. A couple of cold fronts have moved through the region, and there is some cold, unstable air aloft, and that's why we have all the cloudiness around right now. Take a look at these temperatures. It's only 52 at Indianapolis, 53 at Cincinnati. It's a little bit warmer south of here, but 64 is still chilly for this time of year around Nashville. Well, we know it's going to be cold tonight, but will it warm up tomorrow? I'll have the answers in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chuck. And here is a look at what's still to come on Kentuckiana's News Channel.
How many of you could start your day without a cup of this? It's on Job File, a trip inside John Conti coffee.
The lifetime seating only applies to the west side of the stadium.
Plus, phone calls coming in to UofL this morning. Does their winning season mean a new stadium is a shoo-in? And we'll tell you about this golf tournament just for women that helps women get back in the swing of things.
There's no magic way to lose weight, but there's a new way.
Ask about NutriHands.
It's the NutriHands program, only from NutriSystem.
Ask about NutriHands.
There's even a special new supplement. How does it work? Ask about NutriSystem. There's a thinner person inside you, and she wants to use your phone right now. Call NutriSystem and ask about NutriSystem.
Call NutriSystem today and receive 4 weeks of service for only $49. Don't wait. Call today.
What makes your Toyota dealer's clearance time sell down so special? Year-end clearance deals on the good stuff. The cars with 4 models ranked among the top 10 models in initial quality. Camry, Tercel, Corolla, and Paseo. Like great lease deals on a Camry. You'll never get another chance to lease the best car built in the U.S. for $249 a month. And that's for the family car ranked best model in initial quality in its price class. It's all part of the clearance time sell down at your Toyota dealer. Get there before another minute and another 5 Toyotas are gone.
Listen. Sounds good. Listen. Sounds real good. Listen to the sounds of the home of the road. Apple cinnamon Cheerios.
Wait till you taste real apples and grated cinnamon together with the whole grain goodness of Cheerios. It's why every O tastes as good as it sounds.
Listen to the sounds of the home of the road. Apple cinnamon Cheerios. Listen.
Today at 5:30, anyone who drives to work in the morning experiences it.
I usually drive 55, but sometimes when I'm running late, I drive about 65.
Rush hour speeders. Does everybody do it? Find out today at 5:30 on WHAS 11.
A woman has the right to choose to parent or to not parent. I didn't have the choice.
He does have a choice, and his choice is getting a vasectomy or keeping out of bed with women.
Men forced into fatherhood on the next Oprah.
Tomorrow at 4 on WHAS 11.
670 new jobs will be moving to Kentucky. Today, Governor Jones made the announcement in northern Kentucky where a Canadian firm and a fragrance maker will be locating. These two companies will be hiring 355 new employees and are locating in Boone County. 3 other companies are expanding or locating in northern Kentucky. For information on these jobs, contact the Department for Employment Services. Many Americans can't start their workday without a cup of coffee, and here in Kentuckiana, 100 people work at brewing the perfect blend. Job specialist Julie Koenig shows us the secrets behind John Conti coffee.
It's hard to believe these rich brown coffee beans start out as green as peas. The John Conti Coffee Company imports beans from South America and the South Pacific, has since 1982. But Americans' love affair with a cup of joe started much earlier.
In 1776, at the Boston Tea Party, coffee became America's favorite beverage. America is the world's largest consumer of coffee. It's just ingrained in our society as a result of just history.
The process starts here, where green coffee beans go into the roaster.
Well, they're carried up the elevator and dumped into the roaster, which then I set the temperature, start the roast, and it starts cooking.
A gas flame heats the roaster to 425 degrees. After 15 minutes, the now brown beans fall into a cooling bin, which brings them back to room temperature. From there, machines grind the beans or bag them whole, which is the new trend with gourmet coffees. And gourmet blends are what John Conti makes best. So how do they choose from all the many varieties of coffee out there? Well, companies from countries like Kenya, Indonesia, and Colombia send in samples of green beans, which John Conti then roasts and does some very careful testing and taste testing to make sure the beans are good enough to go under the John Conti name. We can't show you how they add flavors to the coffee. Workers keep that a secret, but they're open to your suggestions.
We listen to our customers. A lot of it is just individuals' taste. They may wake up one morning and say, boy, it would really be great to have this flavor of coffee.
Mark Netherly drinks about 15 cups of coffee a day. He's the official taste tester. But not everyone here's caught the coffee bug.
I'm not a coffee drinker myself. I figure I get enough by osmosis while I'm working here.
Julie Koenig, Kentuckiana's News Channel, WHAS 11.
John Conti actually started as a vending business 32 years ago, but started concentrating on coffee in the 1980s. Now, they still supply thousands of Kentuckiana businesses and retailers with their gourmet blends. If you know of a product made here in Kentuckiana, write us here at the station. Here's the address. We welcome your suggestions. That address is 520 West Chestnut Street. Now, if you're looking for a job, here's some opportunities for you. A new restaurant is recruiting new workers. There are openings for waiters and waitresses. You don't need experience, but a great attitude is a must. And if you're interested, apply in person at the Irish Rover. That's at 2319 Frankfort Avenue this Saturday or Sunday from 9 in the morning until 5 in the evening. By this morning, UofL's football program had witnessed a new record off the field.
The lifetime seating only applies to the west side of the stadium.
A record 300 phone calls came into the athletic department since this weekend's win over Texas, many of them fans now clamoring to get lifetime seats in the proposed new stadium.
I've never seen this many phone calls. We put an answering service in this weekend just for this and received over 300 calls, and that's on the weekend. The phone has not stopped ringing.
All that is good news for stadium backers. So far, they've sold $12 million in lifetime seats. The goal is $15 million by the self-imposed deadline of Friday to guarantee the building of a new stadium. Chuck Olmstead will have more on that and new developments tonight at 6. Each swing during this golf tournament will help a local women's organization. The tournament is called Women for Women. It started to help local women's services.
This is our first year, and we hope it's a promise of many, many more. It's an effort by women around our community to try to raise some money for women's causes. This year we're focusing on violence.
Other proceeds go to the Family Advocacy Program of the Legal Aid Society and the Spouse Abuse Program. 30 teams teed up. The tournament was sold out. You'll need a jacket for outdoor activities. Fall temperatures descend on Kentuckiana. Chuck Taylor is next with the forecast. Plus, Dr. Red Duke.
The #1 chemical that we abuse worldwide is alcohol.
Plus, is your drinking water contaminated? A report out today may surprise you. And still to come, we'll take you aboard this luxury liner through the Orient.
Heroes. Firefighters are heroes. The men and women who serve our country, they're heroes. Police officers, they lay it on the line every day. You probably never thought of news reporters as heroes. But then you've never seen anyone like the Crusaders, a team of reporters who believe that going above and beyond is just part of the job.
The Crusaders, Tuesday at 10 on WHAS 11.
We at Hausman Jeep are proud to accept Chrysler's most prestigious dealer honor, the Award for Excellence.
These awards are a small reflection of the values that our family-owned company has demonstrated for 77 years. To celebrate, we've doubled our inventory of the best-selling Jeep Cherokees and Grand Cherokees, as well as the revolutionary Eagle Vision, Sporty Talons, and economical Summits.
Stop in and test drive the Jeep or Eagle that's right for your lifestyle at Hausman Motor Company.
It's time to enjoy the beauty, the quality, the rich chime sounds, and the heirloom design of genuine Ridgeway grandfather and curio clocks at Schmitt's affordable prices. Choose from over 25 styles, other styles available on special order. Enjoy these clocks now or lay away for Christmas. Like this antique cherry or country oak finish, your choice, only $4.99. Or this curio clock for only $3.49. Get free delivery and in-home placement within 50 miles.
Near the affordable furniture store, Schmitt Furniture. On the furniture corner of State and Main in New Albany.
Recognize this sign? It's easy to understand. It means it's the best time of year to buy. It means you'll find the best selection of Ford cars and trucks. It means big savings on 5 of the top 10 selling vehicles in America. It brings you special clearance cash back of $1,000 on Ford cars, plus big clearance discounts. Ford Cars, America's #1 selling car. It's a sign of the times. Time to save. It's Ford's factory authorized clearance. A sign you can't afford to miss. The WHAS 11 Storm Team. Meteorologist Chuck Taylor, Ken Schultz, and Ashley Chisholm. The WHAS 11 Storm Team.
From atop Citizens Plaza, you're looking toward the new Capitol Holding Tower, and you can see lots of cloudiness out there. We've seen a few breaks in the overcast. A little bit of blue sky is showing up, and tonight we'll see a lot of clear skies, but it will be cold, and temperatures will be moving into the 40s. Earlier, we saw just a few light showers around here. Regional radar is showing some heavier rains, heavier patches of shower activity up through Ohio, and well east of here, there is some severe weather over the Washington, D.C. area. They've seen a few tornado touchdowns, and you can see all the clouds with that severe weather. One cold front moved through here early Sunday morning, and that cold front is causing the severe weather along the east coast. A second front pushed through here earlier today, and now that is moving out of Kentucky. Behind the frontal system, the air is quite unstable. That's why we have those clouds around. Just look at these temperatures. It's a winter-like 48 degrees up around Chicago. It's only 52 at Indianapolis. South of here, with lots of sunshine, it is only 64 currently at Nashville. There's a little area of high pressure that will build in and give us the clear skies and cool temperatures tonight. But weather systems are moving very, very quickly, and there's another frontal system up through the western Great Lakes that will be racing in our direction. It will be here later on tomorrow, and that means we're going to stay in the cool weather through most of this week. Well, currently we have mostly cloudy skies. Our temperature is only 60. The humidity is 47%, and making it feel even cooler is that brisk west wind at 14, gusting to about 24 miles an hour. The barometer is falling. Our high for the day was only 61, our low 52. We've had 0.04 of an inch of rainfall in the past 24 hours, and tomorrow that next cold front will be racing through, and that means a continuation of this cool weather. So in detail, for tonight it will be clearing up. The overnight low will be around 46. Tomorrow it's going to be partly sunny and a little warmer ahead of that next front. The high will be near 70. Look for partly cloudy skies tomorrow night. On Wednesday, it will be partly sunny with a high of 65, 64 for a high on Thursday, and then it will be warming up just a little bit as we head for the weekend. But we've definitely made a move into real fall weather.
All right. Thank you, Chuck. We thought flooding in the Midwest was over, but look at this. Deluge after deluge caused 2 rivers to rise in Miami, Oklahoma, forcing people from their homes and nearly 100 to evacuate from a nursing home and trailer park. Oklahoma officials have declared a state of emergency and asked for help from the National Guard. At least 3 deaths in Missouri are blamed on the latest flooding. You can blame poor inspections for the state of America's drinking water supply. A watchdog group says many Americans risk contracting diseases from tap water because treatment systems do not meet federal safety standards. Indiana and Tennessee were among the worst violators nationwide. In medical news tonight, Dr. Red Duke looks at alcohol. We all know the effects it has on the body, and according to Dr. Duke, it's the #1 drug problem in the world.
A day doesn't go by that you don't hear something about how we're wasting our natural resources through misuse and pollution. 1 tree, 1 animal, 1 river at a time. But why is it that we don't hear more about how we are needlessly and relentlessly destroying our most valuable resources, our people, 1 at a time, through chemical abuse? And guess what the greatest offender is?
Alcohol is the #1 leading drug problem worldwide, contrary to popular belief, and it is a drug and needs to be thought of as such.
Long-term alcohol abuse seriously damages every organ in the body, but it also becomes a substitute for food. So not surprisingly, you slowly starve. All of this results in widespread organ failure.
Liver, brain, heart, kidneys, blood vessels, body in general, and a very truly unsightly long-term death.
Alcoholism is a true disease, an addiction disease that cannot be cured but can be overcome. The first step, admitting that it's a problem. Friends and family are of enormous help in this phase. Lifestyle in every way must change. A person needs a lot of support, but it's available.
Rehabilitation is worth its quest. AA absolutely is outstanding.
Not only can folks rediscover the wonderful people that they really are, their families can heal many of their wounds. And the needless suffering, pain, and death that I see in these trauma rooms can cease. I'm Dr. Red Duke.
Now, this information just into the news channel. The Teamsters Union announces a deal with UPS management. Spokesman Matt Witt tells us wages will be substantially increased in the 4-year pact. Now, additionally, there will be new full-time opportunities for part-time workers, and health care benefits are retained. We will bring you more details as we get them. Up next on Kentuckiana's News Channel, an excursion back in time. Right out of a Hollywood sketch.